Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. I'm Paulo Hodnicki. I'm co-founder and technical lead at Sensible Photonics, and I'm here today to talk to you about how we are seeking to eliminate predictable distribution asset failures. The US economy incurs more than $150 billion in economic costs associated with power outages annually. Despite the fact that we would like to see the frequency and intensity of power outages decrease, we're actually seeing the opposite. Over the past 5 years, we've seen an increase of 60% in blackouts. Within the transmission and distribution system, we have reasonable levels of visibility from the generation, transmission, substation, even down to the residential level using existing sensing instrumentation. But we have a complete lack of visibility within the distribution system. The reason for this is that we have a number of technical challenges associated with integrating sensors and medium voltage assets such as distribution transformers, but they're widely distributed and they're not as expensive as the larger transformers which are typically monitored. Despite the fact that 90% of these failures which we're seeing actually occur in this last mile of service known as the distribution system. At Sensible Photonics, we're seeking to change that paradigm, bringing low-cost, high-capability fiber optic-based sensing solution to the distribution grid, monitoring assets such as distribution transformers, and bringing new levels of visibility to the utilities. Our technology involves low-cost fiber optic-based sensing, enabled by a number of proprietary material and device innovations that have been patented, which enables us to use source and detection systems which are an order of magnitude lower cost than traditional fiber optic-based sensing. So we leverage the advantages of fiber optics for medium voltage electrical systems, safety, isolation, ease of installation, but we are able to do it at a cost that can be widely deployed commercially. We have a number of key parameters that we're looking to measure internal to distribution transformers and other assets such as storage systems. We've been able to demonstrate integration and to demonstrate compatibility with existing wireless commercial sensing platforms that allow us to directly integrate with utility operation systems. In addition to the hardware, we're also looking to deploy asset-level analytics in our first round of products, which would provide real-time information about temperature, asset lifetime, incipient failures, as well as real-time risk indicators. As the product is deployed across the grid, we're integrating into the grid visibility platforms of existing analytics to provide new information about asset health into existing analytic frameworks. The company was initiated through more than $5 million of prior funding support through the Department of Energy, initially through the Grid Modernization Initiative. We have collaborative technology partnerships through licenses at University of Pittsburgh and NETL. We've won multiple R&D 100 awards. We've participated in the Alpha Lab Gear program and have a number of other funding support through Rocket Fund and SBIR grants. Our customers are OEMs and utilities. We're looking to integrate into existing transformers as retrofits with utilities, as well as new instrument into new transformers that are manufactured by developing a partnership model. The model for these transformers and their sensing is extremely large. We're estimating about $1 billion with conservative capture rates and both existing transformers and retrofits. And we're also looking at expansion markets such as electric vehicles and grid storage. We've got an extremely robust team of business leaders with international prior sensing instrumentation experience, as well as technology and technical co-founders, including the inventors of the core technology. We also have ongoing partnerships with a number of partners at University of Pittsburgh, Duquesne Light, Eaton Innovation Works, and Connected Energy. We're currently completing our pre-seed round, utilizing SBIR funds and other grants to take our technology to the next level. With our existing partnerships with OEMs and utilities, we're moving into the pilot production and testing, and that's where we're initiating a seed fundraise here over 2025. After we are able to secure existing commercial orders at scale, we'll be moving to scale our technology, and we're looking for partners in terms of both investment and pilots that we would be able to partner with in taking Sensible Photonics to the next level. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
What's the feedback you've heard from utilities to date, and what do they need to see to integrate your solution into the network?
Yeah, there's a lot that's changed over the last 5 or 6 years. So if you would have asked me that question 8 years ago, the typical failure mode was a run to failure, and then they would go replace the transformer, turn the lights back on. Recently, we've had a lot of interest, and this is being driven by supply chain constraints for transformers. They used to be a commodity item. Now they take 1 to 3 years to be able to procure new transformers. We're also just seeing increased demand in general. So we have a lot of interest of being able to provide visibility. We're also finding utilities are actually taking down transformers, refurbishing them, and then redeploying them, which is a new development, which actually provides us with a really clear pathway to retrofitting. And so we've seen a lot of interest from the utility side.
No, I'm just wondering if you thought about sort of commercializing some of that data.
For sure, yeah. And so initially at the first level of products, we're looking at asset level so that utilities have direct indicators of lifetime risk, incipient failure. But as you have more and more of these deployed across, we're looking at, for example, integrating with demand response platforms. So instead of just keeping the price of electricity low, you can also extend the life of transformers and other types of distribution assets. So that's definitely, as we scale, we really see the ability to capture that revenue stream being extremely lucrative in the future.
And what does the scope of your first pilot look like?
Sure, we're currently working with a major manufacturer integrating our sensors into their commercial transformers. We actually are looking at 2 manufacturers that we're working with. We're leveraging facilities at the Energy Innovation Center downtown where they have medium voltage testing capabilities. And then the next phase will be to actually deploy those transformers on the grid and to demonstrate wireless communication with them in operation.
You already have a utility partner.
Correct, we're working with Duquesne Light on one of our SBIR programs. And we have other utilities, rural co-ops and others that we're talking to as well. Thank you very much.